What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Joji Show, where we talk about everyday things. My name is Joji, and today I will start us off talking about relationships, specifically 6 ways to identify if you are in a toxic relationship, and what you can do to actually get yourself out of this. The way I got to this, actually, I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and they were telling me how they have been in this relationship where it's gradually just started to become a weight in their mind and they didn't know what to do. We talked about it, I shared my thoughts and my opinions, we discussed it, and we came up with 6 things that you can really use to tell that you are in a bad space. And then also we went ahead and identified 4 ways you can help yourself, 4 ways you can start to get over this kind of situation and just reclaim some peace of mind in your mind. Before we do that, I'm going to ask you guys to subscribe to the channel so that we can continue to bring great content every week. Alright, let's dive in. We're going to talk about 6 things and then what we can do to help yourself. Number 1 is you find yourself just feeling very uneasy about the situation, or whenever you're around them, you feel like you have to be very careful, you have to walk on eggshells, you can't really be yourself or speak your mind because either they will ridicule you or they will think less highly of you or they'll just get upset with you. And so you find that the only way to maintain that peace is to walk around just being uneasy. It's not a nice way to do it. Number 2, you are the one that's always making that call or sending that text to check in on them or make the plans. They never do, and if you don't take any action, you guys go weeks, months without talking, and the next time you have a conversation is because you initiated it. That's a sign of just a toxic friend who doesn't seem to care about you. 3, they criticize you or try to make you change. So think about whenever you hang out with this person, that they'll always have something to say to you that you might need to change, or they don't like how you dress, or your choice of music, or your other friends, whatever it is that you do that they seem to always don't like, or even worse, want you to change and just straight up tell you, hey, you should consider doing XYZ. Not because really it's good for you, but because it's kind of what they like. That's just someone who is more or less a toxic friend, and you might want to figure out how to deal with them. 4, they gaslight you and just make you start to doubt yourself or doubt your reality or wonder if at all you even stand to lose your mind. Make plans, you're going to do something together, and then when the date comes, they don't show up, and worse, they make you think you never even made that plan, or did you dream it up, whatever it could have been. That's another sign. Then 5, they exploit you. They exploit your kindness, they exploit your goodness. If you go out to a restaurant and the bill comes, the check comes, they don't grab the check. You always end up paying for the meal or paying for the drinks, or if you're driving somewhere, it's always in your vehicle. They never offer to drive, they never offer to give you some gas money, or if you have to call a ride, they're not paying for the ride or splitting the ride, it's always on you. More examples I can think of, they'll ask you to watch their kids, watch their house while they go do something, or run them some sort of favor, do something that they do not feel like doing themselves. 6, they always seem to always have a bad day and need to vent. Anytime you see this person, they want to tell you about the crazy day they've had, crazy day at work, or boss said this, spouse said this, you won't believe my kids, or just my luck that XYZ happened. They want to vent, they want to complain, they want to just pour all this negative energy on you, and once they're done, that's it, thanks, gotta go, or alright, fine, don't want to talk about this anymore. They don't give you a chance to reciprocate. Sometimes you might want to get something off your chest too, but now you don't get a chance here. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Those 6 examples are just ways you can tell you're in a bad space. And it's worse if it's actually starting to bother you and starting to weigh heavily on you. If you think back and you sit down and think, it never used to be like this, but it's slowly this is becoming a habit. Or all of a sudden you realize you don't like this anymore. Then you have to figure out what can you do to get out of it. And I'm going to give you 4 things you can do to help you get better. Number 1, take a break. Stop returning calls, or stop making that contact, stop hanging out. Just be by yourself. Go hang out with your other friends and leave this person alone. Give them that time to sit back and reflect, or let them just sit on their own and realize that they actually need you and they should appreciate you more and be nicer to you. Another thing you can do is evaluate yourself and see, are you empowering this kind of behavior? Whenever you guys go out, do you always offer to pay and you are hoping that they will kind of like say, no, I got it this time? And do you always do it? Or if you have to drive somewhere, do you always offer to drive? Are you always that nice of a person? And should you kind of, reel that back in a little bit sometimes and let them step up? Another thing you can do is talk about it and let them know how you're feeling. See if they're willing to hear you out, if they're willing to see your side of things, and if they're actually going to start to make a change. And after you talk to them, if they don't make a change, or if you don't see an improvement, or if they don't realize it for whatever reason, they do not want to participate, and you gotta do number 4, and that's just leave. You don't have to deal with this. You have to take care of yourself. You have to take care of your mental health first. Make sure that you always have positive vibes around you and you don't have to deal with all this negative. And so at this point, you can just go make you a new friend. There's lots of people in the world. You can make a new friend who will actually appreciate you for who you are. And so those are the 6 signs and 4 actions you can take. I'll ask you guys in the comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know how you have dealt with this, or if you're actually dealing with this now, and some ideas or suggestions that you want to share with the rest of us. And don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, this is Joe G. Goodbye.